Welcome to Money Making Conversations. It's the show that shares the secrets of success, experienced firsthand by marketing and branding expert Rushion McDonald. I will know he's given me advice on many occasions, and in case you didn't notice, I'm not broke. You know he'll be interviewing celebrity CEOs, entrepreneurs, and industry decision makers. It's what he likes to do. It's what he likes to share. Now it's time to hear from my man, Rushion McDonald. Money Making Conversations. Here we go.
Welcome to Money Making Conversations. I am your host, Rushion McDonald. Money Making Conversations participate in the Voorhees College Stream-a-Thon. The goal for the Streamathon is to raise $1 million for the college during these unusual pandemic times. We're trying to get the word out nationally. So the show that you're watching right now or hearing right now is airing on the radio station from 4 to 6 p.m. on November 29th. The actual Streamathon will occur December 1st, which is Tuesday. I got a lot of great guests. I actually got the chairperson, the official chair of the show today. I'm interviewing her. Her name is Jo Marie Payton. Ms. Payton is a human rights activist and four-time NAACP Image Award nominee. She attended Albany State. I'm in Atlanta. That's right down the road. And in honor of her mother, she started the Frankie Payton Scholarship Fund at Albany State College. Please welcome to Money Making Conversations. I'm going to call her a dear friend because we've been in different parties together, different red carpets together. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation on behalf of Voorhees College, the Streamathon, Jo Marie Payton.
Hello, Rushion. How are you, sweetie?
Well, I'm doing good. First of all,
first of all, let me ask you something, Rushion. Are you staying safe?
Let me tell you something. I do eat a lot of dessert, so I scare people because I eat my dessert before my dinner. I'm an award-winning baker, Jo Marie. You may not know that. If you follow who's Facebook, you get hungry because I love to post food. My staff, yesterday for my staff, because I just bought a new building in Atlanta. I'm very proud of.
I'm coming. Okay.
Thank you. And I made them some collard greens. This is at my office now because I have a full kitchen at my office. Collard greens with cornbread. I serve collard greens with cornbread, red beans over white rice. And then I had some fajita strips, chicken and beef. And then I had some flour tortillas. That's an option. They can have a little Mexican fat piece with sour creams, mixed cheese, some pico de gallo.
Don't hurt me like that. Don't hurt me like that.
I Rushion McDonald Rose in Atlanta, Georgia. When you come down here, you're gonna know a meal can be served. So if you come, Jo Marie, if you come by my office, you say I'm hungry, you're talking to the wrong person because I can deliver.
I know that's right. I know you can throw down if you come from Georgia. Because I come from Georgia. I was born in Georgia. And I can throw down too. But we're gonna talk a little bit more about we're gonna get together one day. I'm coming to
Stop it.
Stories, and we Atlanta, we'll talk.
Jo Marie, what you ain't gonna do, I know we're doing the Streamathon. You're not gonna come on my little show, Money Making Conversation, and use the word throw down. I'm gonna tell you something, Jo Marie. I'm legendary. I am on Facebook.
I know you are.
I walk through the airport. They might know you to be a television star, singer, People say, Mr. Baker. They don't even know me. They don't even know I do.
I'm writing that down right now, Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker. Right. So I'm
Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker. That's what they call me, Mr. Baker. So when you say the word throw down, it really kind of offends me because you don't know who you're talking to. And so I'm gonna throw it back to you classy. But I stepped to you.
All right.
Jo Marie, okay, you're the chair. How did all that come about for Voorhees? I know you're a graduate of Albany State College, which is an HBCU. Voorhees is an HBCU as well. We all know a lot of donations were given out during this year to a lot of the colleges, and it's 104 HBCU colleges. So a lot of people don't know that donation didn't spread to every college. So why did you become a part of this, and when did you step on board?
Well, you know something, Rushion. I don't know, maybe for the last 30 years or so, I've been out there supporting all the, HBCUs. But my main one, my baby was always Albany State, which is that's my home college, Albany State. And because I was born there, and I felt like my mom and dad and my family and I wanted to get back. So it actually started there. So I was with Albany State, I think 10 years, pretty much 10 years.
Right.
For 10 years. Delta Airlines would donate like 10 first class tickets, and I would fly my friends in, Tim Reed, Dawn Lewis, Reggie, my whole Family Matters cast, everybody would come in, and we would leave that Friday morning, fly in, And we would be there that Saturday and leave out on that Sunday. We had a whole weekend of fundraising to raise college funds. And I personally myself always gave away 4 scholarships, 2 males and 2 females. But it actually started with me. I'm one of 9 kids. I'm the oldest daughter, and I had 6 brothers and 2 sisters, but I was number 2 in life. And I remember in 1968 when I graduated here in Miami, because I was raised in Miami, all my friends that went off to college, they went to FAMU and Bethune-Cookman, and those were the schools coming from Miami. Those were the main schools you went to. We didn't have Florida Memorial at that time. Florida Memorial came later. That's our historical college field here. And I remember standing under in front of my mom's house under the tree, and I was crying like a baby. I wanted to go to college so bad I did not know what to do. But my mom was on welfare, and she was raising us by herself. And I went in the house crying, and I promised my mother, I said, if I ever get to a point where I leave, I'm going to send 10 kids to school. She said, 10? I said, yes. She said, why 10? I said, for the 9 of us and 1 you. I said, because you should not be able, it should not be where you can't go to school because you don't have the money to go to school. I wanted to go. I know I was smart, I was talented, and strangely enough, I was offered a scholarship in art. But I did not know, and my mother did not know. So this is where the other part comes in. You got to know. You got to go to those when they have the summits and all that stuff. Parents have to go with kids because you don't know. My mother didn't know, and I didn't know either. I could have gone into college on that scholarship and switched later. I didn't know that. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff I didn't know. All I did know was that I was on a mission to make sure that not one kid who wanted to go to school would feel like I felt that day.
Right.
And so 10 led to 20, led to 30, led to 100. And I think last count it might have been about 250 kids, something like that. But like I told them, what I give you, I call a jump start, because I can't go out there and give you all that money like all the other folks. But I would give you $5,000 or $4,000 to get you in there. Once you get in there, you find out where the rest of that money is, because there's some more money in there. You got to look for it. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you got to look for it. And then on top of that, when you get in there, you make sure that we don't have to double up on you because you didn't pass a class.
There you go.
When you get in there, you better pass every class there is. Now, strangely enough, I'm going to tell you something. I worked with Dr. Prince Brown, because Dr. Prince Brown was at Albany State at that time. And I think Dr. Bronson was the president there. But I worked also with FAMU, and I worked with Bethune-Cookman. I worked with Texas Southern. I worked with Virginia Union, all of them. I've been on all the campuses and stuff. So for me, it's going to always be a heartthrob for me, to make sure that anybody that really wants to go to school or want to continue their education can do that. And I know that Voorhees, along with all the other HBCUs, they need the funds. They always need the funds. In this era that we're in now with this COVID-19 and stuff, a lot of things have changed now. We're in a new normal. So I'm not specific about exactly what it is they need. I just know that they need the funds to get whatever it is. Because I don't know what the studies are, what all the main studies are now, because our world has changed and we are virtually in a virtual world with a lot of technology going on. So I'm assuming that we need technical equipment. We need professors and the teachers, for lack of a better word. We need administrators that can come in that can teach that. They have to have salaries. We have to have labs, and we have to have even promotional money, because we have to make a kid excited about learning, excited about achieving, excited about being a part of where we are now in the world. We need the engineers. We need look at the wonderful people that went up in space. Look at the astronauts. Look at them and look how diverse they work. We need scientists and doctors. Well, COVID showed us we need a lot of doctors, right? So we need the medical profession. We're in a new normal. So, and it's not supposed to stop. Learning is not supposed to stop.
Right. Let me ask you this. So she was bragging about 9 kids, 9 sisters, 9 children. I come from a family of 9. Okay. 6 sisters, 2 brothers. See, again, Jo Marie, but you're not going to come on my show and try to upstate. You're going to throw that 9 out like it was a number that was going to be matched. I can, they was out there populating too. They were populating.
But it's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing, And I only have one daughter, and I never will forget. My daughter came home from college. She was going to BUU at the time. She started in California going to school. That's where she was born and raised. And she came home for Thanksgiving. That's like right now, around this time. And I met her at the airport. Now I'm so happy to see her because she, like I said, she's my only child, 3,000 miles away trying to get away from me. But she jumped on my bed and she said, Mama, what does it feel like to have brothers and sisters? And my heart skipped a beat. I felt so bad. I said, it feels wonderful. It's Chantel, it is what she said, because every time something happened, Uncle Michael, Uncle Frank, and Uncle Tommy, Uncle Johnny, that just stays, everybody just gets together. She said, I remember we needed to paint the house and you guys had the house painted in 3 hours because everybody was painting and taping it. So that kind of thing. But my heart skipped a beat and I felt really bad because my mom had said to have 2 kids. And I was busy with my career along with the fact that I had gestational diabetes when I had her. I just didn't want to go through that again. But if I had to regret something in my life, that would be the one thing that I would regret, that I didn't have another child. But another natural child. Now I got a bunch of kids now, because all of them out there mine, yours and everybody else, they mine. And but another natural child. Only thing I regret.
I can agree. Like I say, I come from a big family. My parents, my father, a truck driver. Great education. Mom graduated from high school. And we lived in a 2-bedroom shotgun house. That's what I was born in. I was born in. And so my whole thing, I have one daughter just like you. We have such a strong kinship. It's amazing to have to bring all this out in the conversation. And I've had that. I wish I could have given, but I was tied up traveling. Right. In this career as a stand-up comedian. So I was always on the road before I started writing sitcoms and family. I wrote the Parenthood. I wrote Sister, the Jamie Foxx show, Steve Harvey in 2000, and the rest is history from that standpoint of me being producing and doing a lot of high-profile events. But I didn't go to an HBCU school, but I've always had a kinship for creating change and also giving people information. This was about information. There's a Streamathon that Voorhees is having us to promote. And like I said, aired today, but December 2nd, which is December 1st, which is the actual Streamathon. And we try to get $1 million. And we're using our skills.
And we're going to get it too. We're going to get it. And I'm going to claim it right now.
Like I said, Don Lewis has been participating in this. Participating in this. Bakari is participating. And you are the chair, Jo Marie Payton. So we got the queen. So, your country just like me, because I was born in Houston. I'm still in Atlanta, Georgia. I may have lived in New York, Chicago, LA, but I'm a country boy. I love baked banana pudding. I love red beans and rice. I can actually cook cornbread. I can do a little sweet corn in there sometimes, just to mess it up a little bit. But let's go back to the third out statement that you had, Jo Marie, because this is what we're going to do, because we got Zoom now, Jo Marie. And so I already told you I got a kitchen in my office, okay? So one day, it's going to be soon. Now, it may be before the end of the year. We're going to Zoom you in the kitchen. I'm going to be in my office kitchen. And we're going to do a meal together. Your version of red beans, or your version of cornbread, or your version of whatever your version is. We can match it. How about that?
We got a challenge going on. Then okay,
cool.
But let me tell you something. I just did a video with a girlfriend of mine who's a filmmaker, and did a video for a project that I'm thinking about latching onto in New York. And I did it with my granddaughter rather. And my granddaughter's 12. She did her version of shrimp and grits, and I did my version of shrimp and grits for my show that's called Something to Eat with Jo Marie.
I'll be thinking of good stuff. What they say, you put it out in the orbit, put it out in the universe, and it gonna happen. Okay. So tell us about this cooking show, because I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie. Look, I got a little segment on my Facebook called Rushion Eats. Different places I go around the country to eat. Just throwing people, because I got like almost 1 million followers. So I expose people free just to give them hype and give them some respect. Especially black restaurants, they need all the love they can get. So you just threw out shrimp and grits. Okay. Okay, I'm a grits man. See, everybody know I love me some grits. Okay. So
but not with sugar though. I wasn't raised like that. Our grits just have some good old butter, some real butter, and little pepper sprinkle on the top, And but I can eat it like that if I want a cereal.
Say sugar and grits to me need to be slapped. I really don't care if I'm not being offended anybody. But if you really getting country, some of that bacon grease, you pour the grits, okay?
That's it.
Need the salt and pepper.
That's
just
right.
Bacon grease, or you can do food. Just put
That's right.
pepper, salt.
Get
that bad boy right.
That's right.
Done. You're done.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
I love
it. So, I'm gonna tell you something, going back to what you said, going back to college and funding and all that kind of stuff. I remember I was doing fundraising for one of the universities. And when I went in to speak with them about an endowment, I found out that they had got a donation to Dillard, $1 million endowment to Dillard to preserve the Black cooking style. I asked them if I could go out and tell my children that it was there. They said, absolutely. So you know something? We got to eat.
Right.
And with all the stuff going on right now, we running back and forth to the stores, that's where we go into that other side of, there is something for everybody past what we get in our regular general education. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That they can, some of the highest paid professionals in the world are chefs. And they're not just the ones that are in the big restaurants. Right. They're the ones that do a lot of testing and all that stuff. They're the ones that probably prepared, along with scientists, the food for the astronauts to go up there, or for the armed forces or whatever. There is a job, a responsibility, a duty, a love out there for everybody. And sometimes you just got to go beyond your basic education. Right. And that's why we need to make sure that we keep funds available for these kids to go into these schools to do it, but also the universities, colleges and universities have to come up to par also. I don't know what they're doing right now. Years ago, I kind of had a general idea of what the studies were and what was required and this, that, and the other. But I'm sure that things have changed now. If they haven't changed as much, then they need to change much more and come up to where we need to be technically, scientifically, medically, and all that other stuff. So that's why I agreed to continue, and I probably will always do it in some way, on some level, to always try to help some young person and even some mature person, because I remember there was a time I gave out scholarships to some young people, and we were at the ceremony, and then one of the young people took part of their money and shared it. This was a female, an African-American female. She asked me though, she said, Miss Payton, would you mind if I gave half of my scholarship money to my friend? And she has 2 kids and she wants to come to school. I had no problem with that. I almost broke into tears. Then by the same token, there was another young man who was finishing up his last year and he still had funds left. And he asked me if it would be all right if he passed his funds on to somebody else. It just took my heart. I don't ever ask anybody to give me anything back, and there ain't too much anybody can give me, because first of all, God blessed me He blessed me the ability to know the difference between rich and poor. And it ain't got nothing to do with what's in my pocket, okay? It has to do with what's in my heart and my soul and stuff, because I can become a millionaire, a multimillionaire today, and tomorrow be a pauper.
Absolutely.
Or I can be sick and not be able to enjoy that. And my richness and my value comes in my spirit, in my belief and understanding that I'm not responsible for anything but how I treat people, how I let people treat me, and who I believe in, and I believe in him, and he takes care of me. So he makes sure that I don't get caught up in anything except what's necessary and what's available, and also what's important to people. I love it when I see people progress. I love it when I see young people doing things that's their heart's desire. It makes me feel good. That's the kind of stuff that'll make you take the shirt off your back and give it to them. That's the kind of stuff to say, you take this, you going to use this, because I know you're going to put it to good use, because you understand that it ain't just about you. You want to be a contributor to the world in some way that's lasting, that's everlasting, although you won't be here to the end of time. You want to be able to contribute and leave something. That's why we need people to donate to these colleges. That's why we need the money for those who have that passion. And I always tell people, to tell the young people anyway, you are going to have an opportunity in this life, because we're under the service of somebody that's so powerful and so awesome. until you're going to have the opportunity to maybe have 3 careers. 1/3 of your life you're going to spend doing something that maybe you don't like to do it, but you're good at it, so you make a lot of money at it. And then you're going to spend 1/3 of your life doing something that you love it so much you'll do it for free. That's your passion. And then you're going to spend 1/3 of your life floating around saying, well, now what am I going to do now? You know, because that's life. And we serve an awesome God. So you got an opportunity to do that. So the young people that have a heart's desire to do something or to be a contributor in a special way, that's the kind of person I really want to push. That's the kind of person that I really want to beg for. I'll beg for some scholarship money. I'll beg for some investment money. I'll beg for that kind of person because I know that what they want is coming from deep inside and they feel it like that because they can put it out like that because they know it's not just for them.
Wow. You listen to Jo Marie Payton, and this is the Voorhees Stream-a-Thon Hype Show. And when I say hype show today, on Sunday, we're just hyping it. Because on December the 1st, that's Tuesday, the actual Streamathon will happen. Our goal is to raise, and she said it, we're going to raise $1 million, but we need your help to raise that $1 million. Motivated to create change. And HBCUs have been pushed out into the light because of President-elect Kamala Harris. The Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is a graduate of HBCU and a member of the AKA sorority.
And so am I. I'm AKA also.
Add more blackness. I keep telling you, I'm gonna make a sci-fi, by the way, just let you know.
All right.
Just let you know. See, when you go that way, I'm gonna follow you right down the road.
Okay. And what's so wonderful about that too is that those organizations, all of them are about service. They always have been about service, which is why they're so powerful, not only nationally but internationally. Right. And it's wonderful that they're represented the way they are represented on the college campuses, you know. And we want our young people that are going in to keep that in mind too. You know, pledge, be of service.
Right.
Be diligent.
Right.
In your studies. Please don't waste time. Don't go in there to just party. Have some fun, but don't go in there to just party. Don't let your parents, whether you got money donated, or whether you got a scholarship, whatever, don't let that money be wasted. Go in there and do what you're supposed to do. Come on out and do what needs to be done.
There you go.
Okay.
You know, Ms. Payton, let's talk about, we talk about HBCU, we talk about family, we talk about living dreams, and we're talking about trying to change lives with these scholarship dollars that we're trying to raise for the Streamathon, which is happening Tuesday, December 1st. And we want people to make a donation. And the fact that these donations are tax deductible, it's going to be real. They're tax deductible. This time of the year is when people make these type of donations. And like I always tell anybody, it's a dollar got President-elect Joe Biden elected. So it doesn't take much to be a donation. More importantly, it's about understanding the change that you can make when you make effort to create change. In your life, when you look at the things that's happening, COVID happened this year. We didn't see that coming. How did it affect you? Because my story, I tell everybody honestly, when it happened, it was like moving in slow motion. I didn't try to go out in public initially. I had my gloves, I had my Pharrell, I had my mask. In fact, I didn't have a mask at the time. I had kind of like a ski mask. I like pulled it up above my nose, and I went in Home Depot and I came out. I didn't know that I opened too fast, or did I put Pharrell on? And so I locked down into the house for about several weeks till I kind of figured out, because it was the whole fact of it was so much unknown about. And not saying we know a lot now, but we try to live with it now. How did it react to you, and how did you deal with it in your family and the surrounding individuals who you come in contact with?
Okay, first off, when we got the notice that we had to lock down, I was facilitator for a after-school program in the arts and theater, and we were just getting ready to do one hellified tribute to the OJs. All my little people, we were ready. Costumes were made and everything. Had a design to make them and all, and we never got a chance to do it. And so the first hit I got was I missed my kids, and I know they missed me. And it wasn't just about the show. I had been with these young people for like 2 years at the Performing Arts Center. Now, as far as my immediate families, I missed them that because I was on a schedule with them. Now, my immediate family, my husband is a respiratory therapist. So I spent paid time praying for him to be safe at the hospital, him and all the other medical professionals, but also praying he can bring it home to me. But also I prayed for my daughter who worked for the county, and she couldn't stop work right that minute, but she did eventually come home. And my granddaughter, of course, was underage, so she had to stay there. I stayed home. They say stay home. So I basically, for the most part, I stayed home. Whenever I needed something, my daughter would go out for me to get it, or I started ordering stuff to bring it to my house. I became the queen of Amazon and Walmart and Target and everybody else that was at Sam's Club, everybody. I'd order it into the house. And then, of course, I sat up there and gained like about 10 pounds like everybody else did.
I did.
But the way I handled it was that I tried to follow the science and what people were saying, and the way my husband was feeling when he would come home, looking like he was going to drop dead at the door, pulling off all his stuff and dropping it in a special bag. Well, of course, they don't come home with it, they'll leave stuff, but back in a hazmat suit. But dropping his stuff in a special bag and washing his clothes separate. We tried to use the caution that we knew we had to use. We also used the mindset, because even though we're strong and healthy, there are a lot of people that are not. That's why I can't understand why nobody wants to wear, well, not nobody, but a lot of people get upset about wearing the mask. I'm just going to be upfront with everybody about this. I've suffered from AFib, and I've had AFib for the last 4 years. And for a lot of people don't know what that is. That's an irregular heart rhythm is what I had. So it was kind of hard to breathe. Sometimes I'd get a little winded, you know what I mean? Get a little winded. And I was always the kind of person, I'm a Leo. I'm hyper. I was the kind of person, I always move fast, I dance fast, I talk fast, I do everything fast. For something to hit me like that when I thought it was bronchitis, and I thought I had AFib, and I said, what the hell is AFib? So they told me what it was. And I was in the hospital. I went to emergency. I told my daughter, my husband wasn't home. And like I said, he's a respiratory therapist. He came home and I said, babe, check out the stethoscope. Check me. He said, what? I said, I can't breathe. He said, well, let me shower real quick. And I said, no, Chantel's on her way. So my daughter took me to emergency. When I got to emergency, they said, Miss Payton, what happened? I said, I can't breathe. They started running and carrying on, and it took like a few hours or whatever. And then I said, listen, give me some Robitussin or something. Let me get up out of here. Y'all just give me something so I can breathe, And they said, no, Miss Payton, your heart rate, they told me what the heart rate was. We can't let you go nowhere. So they admitted me to the hospital. That evening, my cardiologist came in, the one I had, and I love him to death. Came in, he said, Miss Payton, he said, we're gonna have to keep you and find out what this is. I'm gonna get to the main part. You gotta keep you and find out what made your heart race like that. You were on the verge of maybe having a stroke, and saying, you look healthy, I'm not diabetic, I don't have high cholesterol, I don't have any of that stuff, and I'm 70 years old this year, but I was 66, whatever at that time. So anyway, then it came in the next, I stayed that night, mad as all get up and go, because I'm not used to being in the hospital and people don't know me like that. So the next day I said, well, okay, then can I go home? They said no, and then they came in, they had on masks, and they put stuff on the door, and they put quarantine. I said, okay, now y'all really scared me, what is going on? They said, we're trying to figure out what triggered this, what happened, we got to do some more exams for upper respiratory, whatever they had to do. And so I said, okay, then they came back that night. This is Sunday night. I went there Saturday morning, came back that Sunday night. And they say, okay, Miss Payton, we figured out what it was. And I said, what is it? They said, you have a rhinovirus. I said, what the hell is a rhinovirus? And they said, the rhinoceros in the nose, it was all in my nose. That's why we didn't hear it in my chest, or it was all in my nose. It was like, when I tell people I was blowing my nose prior to that, and it was like that glue, that old glue that you used to, the brown glue, you used to cut the little red top. It was thick like that when I blew it in my nose. So that was stuck in my nose. I'm believing that I had anxiety attack because I couldn't breathe and it threw my heart rhythm off, the electricity off. Long story short, he came in and he said, Miss Payton, we got to reset your heart. I almost fell out the bed.
Reset your heart.
Reset my heart. I said, when you gonna reset it to? They said, well, we're gonna reset it back to normal. And then they both started laughing. I said, well, I was always told I had an athlete's heart, I had a slow heartbeat. I say that to say this. It was difficult for me to put that mask on. One of the main reasons too I stayed home is because I didn't want to put that mask on. And I knew if I went anywhere to visit my daughter or to go pick up my meds, although I could have had them brought in, I like going to get I know my people at my pharmacy. I know their names. I like them. I wanted to see them. So I did go out once or twice a week. But I hated putting that mask on. My husband, right now, I may have like 5 or 6 different masks. He's a respiratory therapist. He would bring me different masks to try. None of them made me happy. But you know what? I wore that mask anyway. I still wear a mask when I go out. I got about 5 or 6 of them in my car. And not only that, I have a homeless man that I love to death. His name is Travis. And I've been back home 13 years. I came here to take care of my mom that got sick. And my brothers and sisters were on 9 to 5s. And my schedule is more flexible. This homeless fellow that I took to, I love him to death. His name is Travis. He was here in Miami. A lot of people in Miami Garden State know him. The first thing I thought about, I said, oh my God, Travis don't have no mask. They're not gonna let him in the store, you know, because he's homeless, he's dirty and stuff. And he knows my car because I blow, and he knew my black Cadillac. Whenever I blow, that's Travis. In wintertime, Travis got a blanket. He got a little Christmas box or whatever with some cookies and stuff that won't get wet. Because I know he's gonna stay there. But he's happy there. If he's happy there, I'm happy there. But I knew he needed to go in the store to get his vegetables and things. And so I had an extra packet of a mask for him. And when I gave him the mask, he looked at me, his eyes got real wide, and he said, thank you. God bless you. I what can I say? Nobody can make you wear the mask.
Right.
The mask is not just for you, although you need it, it will help you. The mask is to help other people. We can do this in the schools. The kids, my grandbaby want to go back to school so bad. My daughter has her out. Some of her friends are already gone back, and then we found out one of the little kids in there got COVID, and one of the teachers got a teacher's back. Now the little kid will be back too. We're in a pandemic. It's a dangerous thing. Not only in the schools, in the homes, in the for sure in the hospitals, on the streets, or wherever else. But if I had to say something that really came from my heart about this whole situation, it's not gonna kill you to wear the mask.
Right.
It might save your life and somebody else's life.
Right.
It's not an easy thing. And the minute I get in my car, snatch it off. Just before I get out of my car, I'm mad putting it on. But I'm still here. I'm still healthy. My family's healthy. Thank God. My neighbors, I've lost a few cousins and a few friends. So it is personal. But I know these people want to go back to school, not just the little kids like my grandbaby, the college students, because they like that interaction. They like that professor standing up there. They like that dialogue between each other and all. We're going to do whatever we have to do in order to continue to learn in education. And we're going to help them. We're going to help all these kids, even if we have to be virtual a little bit more. But I think, like they say, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes. So we got a lot of young people going back into the brick and mortar, going back into the buildings. And when they get there, we need to be prepared for them. That's everything from the nursery school, from the kindergarten, all the way up to the elementary, the junior high, the middle school, the high school, all the way to the college and universities, Harvard, Yale, and all the others. We can't stop learning. We can't stop living. And for sure, we can't stop giving. Now, on December 1st, I want everybody to call that Dues Day. Dues Day Tuesday. Pay your dues. Help some of these students, these people that will probably be in a position to help us later on in life. It's going to get better. We're going to make it better. And we're going to get that $1 million on Tuesday because y'all going to help us. I know you.
Jo Marie, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being a part. You are the official chair of the event, yes. The Voorhees Stream-a-Thon, Tuesday, December 1st. Appreciate the time. You owe me stuff. We're gonna reconnect because you owe me some cook-offs, and I want to promote that new TV show, that cooking show that you got coming out. Yes. So our relationship is bonded.
Yes.
You got 9, I got 9. You from the country, I'm from the country.
All right.
Love each other.
All right. And I also like to say thank you to all the celebrities that have agreed to jump on board, and understand how wonderful it is to love these kids and to love our HBCUs and want to give back and just contribute something that we know don't cost nothing, and that's our time, our time and our love. And also for all of my friends out there, all of my colleagues out there, and those that want to jump on board too, because there's some that have been calling me now. I love you guys so much. Let's just do it for Voorhees, for the Voorhees family, college family, and all the other HBCUs. Come on, let's come up. And let me tell you something. I went in, I never will forget, it was years ago, and this was Morris Brown. I was visiting one of the other colleges. But I was at Morris Brown, and it's at the time when they were dissolving, things were going down. And one of my daughter's friends was there, and all the kids ran out, and I felt so bad because they thought I came there to save the school. If I could have saved the school, financially, I would have saved the school. By the same token, Florida Memorial is our historical Black college down here in the Miami area. And I go out there and do things with them also. But one of the first times I actually got a chance to go beyond the theater, the Lou Rose Performing Arts Center, which is basically where I would go to do whatever I had to do, or to watch the kids perform or whatever. I had to go around because one of my girlfriends taught music out there, taught instruments and things, violin and stuff. And so I had to go around to the back of the college. When I went to the back of the college, I sat in my car for about 5 minutes and I cried. And I said, oh my God, they need help so bad. I said, I was always in the front. I always saw what they wanted me to see.
Right.
That time I saw what I needed to see. So when I say that our Voorhees family needs it, all of our HBCUs, colleges and universities need it. You're going to see what a lot of them want you to see, and and for the most part, what you see is what it is. But if you see something that's not what it is, let your heart tell you to help make it better. Because there's always going to be some young people that want to go beyond what they already know. They want to know more. They want to do more. They want to be more. And we should help. We really should.
And we will. Thank you, Jo Marie Payton. Thank you for coming on the show. Streamathon, December 1st. She's the chairperson. Again, thank you. God bless you. I appreciate it. Talk soon.
All right. Be safe.